Hey, it's Ronnie Daniels. Today is June 13th, and I just made a video. I'll probably post it even though things didn't work out like I wanted to, because hopefully for anybody that's a new beekeeper, they can pick up on something I may have said that may help. And that's one of the things that I did, was watch a lot of videos, and you'll have beekeepers that will say something that you may not have run across yet, or may not be to that point, but somewhere along the way as you advance in beekeeping, you'll remember what they said. And so you'll probably find me repeating myself on some of the things that I've learned, because I won't, you know, I think a lot of us new beekeepers, we make the same mistakes. All of us do. So the more videos you can watch and the more you can read, it will help you. But it's just good to try to watch videos from as many different beekeepers as you can, and there are some good ones on YouTube. So on this video here, we're just going to go in this tiny little nuke, and I'll tell you a mistake I made with it. As you know from my previous video, and in some other videos, this year has not been good for me getting mated queens. They'll raise the queens and they'll hatch, but for some reason or another, they either get killed during the mating flight, or by a bird, or whatever it may be. But it's not been a good year. So, but this particular one here, I have fought to get them queen right. I think it was a little nuke I made. Y'all probably seen it in some of the other videos. I made it sometime back in the past, and it's more of a challenge than anything else. Sometimes you got to say, you know, I'm just not going to be able to get this little nuke a mated queen, and you just have to cut your losses, because what you wind up doing is you keep taking resources from other hives and bringing it over here and putting it in this one, keeping it going when you're just wasting resources. So, but for me this year, as far as number of colonies, it's been really good. So a lot of times I'll do things just to try to play, you know, and learn, because beekeepers, we all have our own opinions, and you'll learn that. Best thing to do is just take each beekeeper's opinion with a grain of salt, because everybody does things different ways, and sometimes what I may say may not work. You may experience it and it works for you. So keep that in mind whenever you're listening to beekeepers. But this one here actually finally got queen right, and there were 2 boxes here, and I said, well, you know what, I'm giving up on them before they go queenless worker, because if they go broodless for a real long time, the workers will start laying eggs, and it's a difficult problem once that happens. So I actually grabbed the top box off here and moved it to another nuke over the way there, and just put a newspaper down and put it on top. And I'll be darned, I come back in a few days later, and they had made emergency queen cells. So, and I had looked for eggs before I did this, and I didn't see them. That's one of the things about it, as you know from my other video. I broke my glasses, so I can't see real good, and so I killed that queen. I mean, in essence, she was in the box that I moved her over there. Now she's gone. So they made emergency queen cells here, and I think I may have given them a frame of brood to kind of keep them going. So we're just going to take a look in here. It really doesn't even look like there's much activity here, so I don't know what we'll find, but let's take a look. And by the way, it's hot today. I have a sweatband on I'm using to try to keep the sweat out of my eyes. Alright, we got some bees in here. I'll show you what I find in here. Population is really low, so things are not working in our favor. But if we see a hatched queen cell, we're going to let them do their thing, and hopefully they'll get a mated queen. Alright, this frame here is pretty heavy. It's got a lot of nectar in it. Now, Sorry about all that horn beeping and noise. This colony here, well, let me show you here. You'll see, I hope you can see it, there's a lot of nectar in there, or bee bread as you call it. I don't know if you can see it in the frame, but it's quite full of that and got a lot of nectar in here. So they have some resources if they get a queen. Alright. Nothing really here. A little bit of nectar. I don't see any eggs. I hope you can hear me, by the way. There's somebody cutting grass next door, so I'm gonna try to talk real loud. Don't see any eggs. I see a virgin queen. She is quite moving real quickly. Virgin queens can fly very well, so I don't want to run her off. All right, there. So this queen has hatched. I would bring the frame to you to let you see her, but she's running around on the frames, and I don't want to disturb her or get her to fly off the frame and then wind up losing her. So what I'm gonna do now is leave this colony alone. I'm gonna look at one more frame before we button it up. So what I'll do is I'll go make a note on my little notepad. This is colony number 11. The reason why I know it's number 11 because I have been battling with getting it queen right all year. So this must be a frame that I gave them of some brood to kind of keep them going. And there's the brood right there. It hadn't all hatched yet. So, and they've started putting nectar in here. I don't know if you can see that or not. Now we're getting into the hotter months here in Alabama. Like I said, it's June 13th, so it's getting pretty toasty. This is usually when hive beetles get real bad. Now the population in this colony is not very strong, so it could very easily get run over by hive beetles, but so far I don't see any hive beetles. I'm gonna look at this last frame here. Probably gonna have nectar. And it does. Lots of nectar. Alright, so we don't need to be nosing around in here with a virgin queen running around in here trying to get ready for her mating flight. So I'm going to put this back together and we'll check back here in a couple of weeks. They have good resources. Their population is a little low, but I think we're at a time now where they'll be okay. If she can get mated and start laying, and we have warmer temperatures at night so they can keep the eggs and the brood warm, they should be able to get their population going before winter. And what I'll do, like this one, I've heard some other beekeepers say this, and now that I've experienced it, I know having drawn comb is very valuable. So, because there'll come a time later this month or early next month where bees will not be drawing out comb anymore. So what you have is what you have. Well, obviously this little thing here can probably build up some population before winter. I'm sure they can if they get queen right and she starts laying, but they're not going to be able to draw out any more comb. So what I'll have to do is some of the other monster hives, and I think that what I'll do now is take you off that tripod and show you. Bear with me here for just a second. So what I'll do is I will take like this big colony back here. I don't know if you can see it in the back there. It's real tall. What I'll do is when I extract the honey from them, I will move some of the frames over here to this one, try to help it, so all they'll have to do is when the new bees hatch, they'll have some drawn comb to put honey in for the winter. So I think that's about it on this video. I'm trying to do better about making videos, and I've said this before and I'll say it again today. I admire beekeepers who make videos, because a lot of times when you take a notion, you finally say, well, let me suit up and light the smoke and get out here and mess with bees. You know, to set up a camera and tripod and all that, it's just a little extra effort, and sometimes I probably should have filmed when I didn't. But I admire beekeepers who are very diligent about making videos, because, you know, it's just one more step you have to take, and you have to light a smoker, get your hive tool, get your boxes, get your frames, whatever else you got to do. So anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.